Oh shit. What is this thing? All right. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Zheryk. I am here. I'm excited. It is WrestleMania weekend. I'm repping by shouting out our 2020 Hall of Fame famers NWO. Fuck Hulk Hogan for life. But the rest I'm cool with. Bringing on the show, we got Wes, and then of course Matt's out, so we got Dev coming in to fill in.
Hey, the new Matt Kid.
If I had known, I would have worn my Shinsuke Nakamura shirt because that's like the only other wrestling shirt I had.
I had a New Day shirt that I literally wore out, and I had to get rid of it. Laura's like, you can't wear that out, and then she's like, you can't wear that in the house anymore because it's just tearing when you wear it. So,
was it a Booty-O shirt?
No, it was the OG blue, the original New Day shirt. I wore the hell out of that shirt.
Okay. I mean, it's the New Day, so I can appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? We're going to save the wrestling talk for later. I'd really make a point to avoid talking about wrestling because that is something I can truly nerd out for too long. And I do it already too much for anime, which is something I kind of like as compared to something I've been a lifelong fan of. So
yeah,
let's get started. Let's just jump straight into it. Dev, I know you ain't read a damn chapter in your life, but you're here with us for the One Piece chapter review. This whole song is a bit you'll never understand.
What you know about that, Dev? What you know about that Soviet King action? That Sniper King.
Yeah, Sniper King.
Yeah, it's all up in your heart. The land of the snipers is in your heart. Dead ass. Let's get into it. All right,
Sniper King.
All right, so for this one, we got the opening here of chapter 1010, and we got a reader request of putting in eye drops, which is fun to say.
And like all of her homies are putting in eye drops too, and I'm just like, okay.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how she's like getting that third eye hydrated,
Mm-hmm.
Get that going. And then if you notice in the back, Rabian the magic carpet, he don't got hands, so he's got a goo for him. I don't know what those things are called. I've been calling them.
Does this creator of One Piece take requests?
Yeah.
That's insanely awesome.
Like sometimes there'll be like these like openings will be like a story that kind of plays out over a week or so, but when they're not telling a cover story, they'll do reader requests like this, and it's like I want to see a reindeer as a cat, and just like it's always I want to see electric eels powering a school bus. It's always weird shit like that.
It's just so cool. It's just a particular character doing something, and it's always nice.
Nice.
All right, cool. So let's get in here. So we're in the middle of a big fight. So we're starting here. Man, if I go full screen, I can't really see what's going on here, but I guess we'll just deal with it.
You just got to zoom in. You just got to zoom in, and then you can move it around.
Boom. All right, cool. So we're starting off here. Am I going to try to do the Matt Kid voices?
No, I mean you don't have to. Matt, let's leave that for Matt.
That's Matt's bit. I don't want to do gimmick infringement. No gimmick infringement. All right, so we start off at the beginning of the last chapter of Big Mom just getting knocked the fuck off of this floating island. She's like, oh no, there's water below me. Zeus is trapped in his box. Prometheus is cut up to shit, and there's no one here to save her. And she's fallen. And then you kind of see her getting scared. Zeus is stuck up in his like cube. Like, what's happening? I can't see.
Yep.
Prometheus is still chopped up. He's coming to save you. Zoro's just like, I got this. You ain't doing nothing. And Law's just like, yo, how is he still fighting? He just got fucking hit hard. How is he still doing this?
Yeah, he took that double whammy and blocked it for everybody from Big Mom and Kaido. And once again, Zoro putting the whole team on his back.
Blocked it and just kind of came through. He's still rocked.
Yeah.
You're over here. You see Kaido. He's like, that was pathetic, Lin Lin. I got to do everything by myself. Lin Lin is Big Mom, the the woman that was falling at the first.
Yes,
panel.
yes, and she can't swim because of the devil fruit.
Hey,
Oh, look at
there you go. There you go.
I know some facts.
All right. So dope. So they've been fighting these two emperors, the strongest. You see over here, Luffy just kind of passed the fuck out, as we always see him after he uses Gear Fourth.
Yeah.
But you hear him say, "Hey, Pirate Hunter, let Prometheus go." So this is Kaido caring about Linlin somewhat and being like, Zoro, let's save her. Let's do this here.
Yeah, of course.
And while he's talking all that shit, no,
Just hit the plus again. Hit the. It sometimes gets stuck.
Yeah, it's like that.
Here we go. All right, cool. I haven't done this part of it in forever. If you can't tell.
Neither have I. You know what I
I've
mean?
been running the back end. So okay, cool. So you see Zoro notice that, oh shit, no way. Thank God. Hey, come here, young god with the voices.
Oh,
You
thank
done
God.
showed up?
No,
You done
you're
showed
doing
up?
great. It's amazing.
Now, you done here with the young voices? No.
No,
You ain't gonna show up. You ain't gonna show up.
No. You're
We're right
doing
here
great.
at this
You're
thing where
amazing.
Zoro-
I'm lifting you up.
That
You're
kid late as hell.
You're going amazing, King. What? Stop! Don't stop because I'm here.
You 16 minutes late.
I thought you weren't showing up, so this is a blessing. But mind you, our viewers left as soon as you showed up, so that was my fault. We went from 7 to 1 real fast.
See what you did was stopping and talking when I showed up. That's what you did wrong.
Fair.
Okay, let's
All
be
right, so
clear. We
Zoro
lost
season-
some viewers when we started the wrong One Piece review. It's fine.
You know what? I'm gonna put you away. And we'll get back. All right, so Zoro's noticing that Kaido's charging him. As this is going on, you see him poof away, and then we see the ever famous signs of a Dr. Trafalgar Law kind of doing the zoom in, and right now I want to call this out as a Dr. Chopper fan. That is Law using Brain Point.
His variation of Brain Point.
That is the Brain Pointo, poison pose and everything. So we see that come through. He hits them with that injection shot.
Ooh.
Hits that
Right in
Kaido
the
right in the throat. Oh, you hear Kaido go, oh. He's trying to catch it. He's like, I can't. He's trying to say words. He's like, those powers of yours really throw me off. Law calls it an antibacterial curtain. Now, I don't know.
What
I have
is
no idea.
We're gonna have to wait and see this animated because, I want to know exactly what he's doing.
Like
We haven't
visually,
seen it.
no clue. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like really throwing me off. Trafalgar Law.
Mm.
We come back through here. And then you see, all right, Zoro let Prometheus go. Prometheus is coming back together. He's got Napoleon on his back.
Napoleon.
Saying, hey, Traffy, they're going to go save Big Mom. We got to let him go because if the plan, if anyone dies, the plan's a failure. So
Yeah.
and the point was to separate them, not to go too far.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is cool. And then you see Kid and Killer both just be like, all right, we'll go take on Big Mom. And they just go zip off. So
Yeah, and with all that collection of garbage coming up behind him.
all the metal just following Kid.
All that stuff, man.
Which is dope because in the last chapter, we actually saw Kid manage to restrain her using his metal. So
Yeah.
he may be able to do something.
It might be.
All right, so we'll come back here. We'll cut over to Big Mom. And all right, there she is on Prometheus. Whew, I'm saved. Mama, I'm so glad Prometheus is coming through. I'm so happy. My sweet little baby, how quickly she changed.
Big Mom.
And then what is Zeus, again, just as quickly as she changed, what does Zeus think he's doing? He's completely useless. And then Prometheus, that's what I keep telling you, Mama. He's a dunce and a dope, and he keeps holding us back. Anyway, can I ask you for something? And his little cute, he goes, again, straight from being evil face to just I'm a little cutie. Then all of a sudden we see the clouds.
Mama, I need a favor.
Then we see the clouds, and they start swirling. And what's with these clouds? And every time we see clouds swirling, something crazy usually happens.
Yeah, we know it's about to go down.
Somebody's powering up.
Some giant hockey clash about to go down. So we come over here and we hear the laugh of kind of whoa. Just look at his face. He even did that before too. Even when he's unconscious, he's still just staring me down. What, should I crush those eyes or brain or maybe take out his heart? And then Zoro's just like, yo, look, Law, Traffy. I love how no one calls him his name or Law. He's like, why do you call me this? And they're like, no, you're Traffy.
That was Luffy's nickname, and Luffy's nicknames almost always stick.
And they spread, to the Straw Hats. Everyone calls him it. So he's like, yo, this is the limit of my ability. This fight drags on. We're only wearing ourselves down. If we can't break through this, we die. After this, it's all you. And then you see, hey, Kaido, that's my captain. And then you see for the first time in a combat situation, Zoro is imbuing a sword with black hockey armament, red and blue.
Whoa.
But on top of that,
Black blade
set up. So he's got his black blade that he is made a black blade. If you're gonna crush anyone's skull, you'll have to start with mine. And he goes into demon aura. Now I want to take a moment.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
The 9 sword style Asura's.
Wow.
He doesn't do Asura's wrath. He goes the blades drawn as he gets through here. He does Ashura's dead man's game. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see this full frame and just like the power of this. So Ashura's wrath, well, pretty much what saved all of. I mean, aside from Luffy's battle with Lucci, I would say that him hitting Ashura's wrath in Eni's lobby was kind of what got the rest of the crew able to be freed. We have waited so long.
We've waited forever.
Match chiming in.
Yeah, and I'm always saying like, when are we going to see this move? This is like clearly the strongest move that Zoro has,
and we haven't seen it in over a decade.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like after the time skipped, he like came out with his eye missing. We're all like, oh, he's hiding away a demon. There's like so many things that we've thought, and we're gonna get it all kind of explained in the next.
Our game with black hockey.
Yeah, full armament black hockey. You know it. All right. So we'll go back through, and then you see that hit take. Let's see if you can hear. You see and you see like Law's just like, what the fuck is happening? They're coming through. They're breathing heavy, and Kaido's like, boy, don't tell me you can use the color of the Supreme King too, otherwise known as Emperor's Hockey or King's Hockey or Conqueror's Hockey.
Yes,
depending on your translation. But yeah, so he's got that ability that we've all thought that Zoro's had, but never truly seen. We've seen glimpses of it. And I think we still, I don't know about y'all, but I still believe that we'll have glimpses of Sanji pulling it out too down the road. But
we'll see. I'm not convinced of that yet.
Yeah,
I think this is just another step that we're finding out about Zoro's background and that he may truly have the blood of kings in him as well. That's all.
Could be.
We don't know. We don't know enough about Wano yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
not enough information out.
We're learning, right? so you have him. You have Zoro just like catching his breath. Is like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have any idea. I was literally just doing my best. Like that was the most I could put into it. I was hoping I could knock you off your feet. And Kaido's like, nah, you did enough. You done hurt me.
You scarred me.
You drew blood, and the scar is going to remain.
And that should be enough for you.
He's like, you ain't even really a captain. And then he's like, your whole generation is proving to be an annoyance. Then you hear Traffy say, Zolo, get out of there. If you stay there, I'll come to you. That's what Kaido says to Law.
Ooh.
Hits the Thunder Bagua. And it took me a second. It took me the second reading to realize this. It looks like he just hit Law. But if you look into this, he hit Zoro into Law.
Wow. Okay, that makes it worse.
Yeah, so he used this dude to hit this other dude. And it's just like crazy. So you see Zoro takes it. You see Zoro and Law are both just like knock the fuck out. Oh, Matt had to pop in with the extreme shock face. He had to get that real life reaction in.
I had to pop Matt in because I saw his face.
Yeah, but it looks like Matt must have missed that he hit Zoro into Law. That was the move. Just Kaido ain't fucking around, man. He's an emperor for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what a shame. If you'd come with me, we could have conquered the world. Out of nowhere, you're here with you. We'd never go with you, you idiot. We love the samurai.
Here comes our captain.
Motherfucking in like 1980 style. Just this is a different anime.
Oh my god, this art.
This is a different anime from a different era of a different genre completely. This is like a serial killer. This is like the vampire and Vampire Hunter D popping out. Like that's what
this is like some original JoJo's shading right here.
Yeah. Like my man ran out of black ink on this one.
Ooh. All right, so he comes in and we go to a little flashback of old man Hyo talking about the hockey you wield penetrates and destroys from the inside. You can't overstress this. You must allow the hockey to flow into your fist. So it's like the whole thing that we've gone through this whole like, God, how long was that whole training arc chapter? It feels like that was a year ago, but my man's went into jail to train. Like,
yeah.
So we get stronger at this.
Jail God body.
Jail God body. You got it. And then he's like, what a shame. Oh, this is the scene we're just on.
Yeah,
right, cool. Okay, bam. All right. So Luffy's like, I got him, but it was still too shallow. But we were good to another flashback. If he was like, it's in the greatest of dangers when your power truly comes out. And then Luffy's like, after I got hit by that club, I learned something. You can infuse things with your hockey, with your conqueror's hockey. I gotta zoom out. Okay, hold on. I gotta do this and then this again. All right, cool. Like you can infuse things with the Supreme Hockey, and then he's kind of just like, no, yeah, I was laughing at you. Listen, only a handful of the very strongest can, not a dead man walking. Now I'm gonna call this back out in a second because there was a reason that Zoro's move was not Ashura's Wrath. It was. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So this is a series of just great action sequences, no words, but we'll come in here. So we got Luffy he's coming to swing it with the club. Luffy just kicks it effortlessly.
Fuck your clubs.
His foot, and you see Kaido go, oh shit, that thing I was just talking shit about, this man has got
immediately mastered.
Which again, this is one of Luffy's skills I don't think they ever really talk about, but he can see something, pick it up, and execute it pretty quickly. He did that with
everything.
Yeah. For sure.
His brother calls it out.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He watches you do something and figures it out.
I was trying to say Katakuri, but yeah, you were right.
He understands the theory. He can pull it off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, I got to put my Conqueror's Hockey, not just my Armament Hockey into this.
Yeah.
Say less.
All right, so you see Luffy just bounce off the wall, he crushing that rock, bouncing it back through, and just hitting him right in the fucking tummy.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. He's not even hitting him.
He's not even hitting them. They're not connecting, but he's
so
getting that damage and just wow. Got that through there, and then came in here, and then Kaido's like, "Oh, I gotta catch my breath." Another hand's coming through.
Uppercut.
Bam! Got that uppercut. Got that. He got that Shoryuken. He jumping up. Like, look at that. His feet are off the ground. He is hitting that.
He's about to beat Mike Tyson.
A punch out, and then you see it. Kaido falls. Kaido gets knocked down. Kaido is on his back. First time we've ever seen this. We've only ever seen Kaido land on his front when he leapt off that 10,000 foot tower. So it's crazy. And then Law's like, he ain't even touching him. Then you hear Luffy just, Zolo, Traffy, thanks for protecting me. You can go down now. I'm about to beat him no matter what it takes. Go ahead and let everyone know.
Yeah,
I got this.
Yeah,
now, I got to say that this was dope because how many times has Luffy just walked into this situation, especially about Kaido, talking about, I got this, I'm going to knock him out, only to just get fucking wrecked. One hit, maybe not even one hit.
Yeah, a few times at least.
Every time almost.
But this time, you believe it, don't you? Like this time.
I just love how Dev's just agreeing with whatever you say.
It's good. It's just a great stand-in. Like he knows how to keep the air.
Exactly.
Not dead. It's great. It's amazing. He's a pro. He's a pro. I love him. I love them to death. They're a pro.
I couldn't help but notice, and it was the most hilarious thing.
So I want to take a moment here that Zoro called the Asura's Dead Man's Game.
Yeah.
And then at the end here, Kaido made a point to say that this is a handful of the strongest can know, not a dead man walking.
Ooh. Yeah.
And then that can also be traced back to what Hio said about like that power coming out in exactly when you need it in those extreme situations.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, so I just thought that was just some like I said, Oda really does a good job. I think the translators made a point to like pick those wordings specifically. Yeah. Because when you read some of the less than authentic translations, some of that stuff doesn't make any sense. But I feel like they put it together. It was real good.
They got it really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because the last handful of chapters have been these crazy. This is going on here. This is going on here. This is going on here. This is going on here.
Yeah.
Now we're just focused on one fight, one battleground.
Exactly.
And it really gives us a chance. Now, that being said, what the fuck is going on with Dr. Chopper? I still got to know. He just saved everyone. He just bitch slapped Queen. Yeah, like Marco was doing his thing against like. So there's a bunch of things still going on. The whole Nico Robin and Sanji storyline that's happening.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Frankie's battles going on right now.
Frankie's fighting a Triceratops, like Brooke, like all of them. They're all doing shit. And like, what's the deal with? Did they kill Orochi for real last week?
I don't know.
I'm thinking that like after this chapter, what did you say there was a break? I can't remember.
Yeah, a 2-week break. It'll be back on the 25th, so 2 weeks.
Okay. 2-week break. I mean, after a big chapter like that, I would expect it. But I think after this, we're gonna go back with the rest of the Straw Hats. It's either gonna be directly after Kaido taking that last punch, or like we just immediately get transferred to the other Straw has to see where they're at?
No, yeah, it's gonna be they're gonna cut away from this, right? So we're like in about 5 chapters or so, we're gonna be like, oh, this is what Big Mom was up to. Oh, this is what happened to Kaido. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think we're really about to get focused on the Scabbards, back on where they're at, because I feel like they made a big deal about what they were doing in their next steps. If you're asking me what I would like them to do this like a chapter where it's just like, this is what Basil Hawkins has been doing for the last 2 years, and like that's just I've been asking where he's been.
I know.
But the truth is, he's probably dead. He's probably been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, who's to say?
I think one of the supernovas dying would have been a little bit more of a thing.
Yeah. But like, they gotta like, one of Oda's tricks is he likes to off-screen stuff and explain it later, right? Like we still don't know what was going on. Like what was the whole situation where Law got the Warlord because he took 100 pirate hearts? Remember that?
There was that, and then what's going on with Sabo? We still don't know what the.
I forgot about Sabo.
We don't know.
We have the whole revelry. Like
we don't know what happened at this meeting of 100 kings and queens.
No, we don't.
All they did is they said some things happened, and that was about it.
In the Warlord system. That's all we know.
Yeah.
And then Blackbeard is like, what's he up to? Where is he at? Was he on his way to Wano?
He's either coming to Wano or he's going to Shanks.
Who knows, dude?
And then Shanks, right? Like all of that stuff too. And I don't know. It's just like, and they keep telling us that within the next 5 years, this should be over. They got the end game planned, like all of this stuff. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. But that was the one thing.
So next week.
Anything else y'all want to pull up or y'all got from this chapter?
No, I think we covered everything that I wanted to talk about.
I don't know. Yeah. I think like I kind of loved in this chapter that we got more of an explanation of like the application of Conqueror's Hockey.
Yeah, that was good.
And it would make sense that like those with Conqueror's Hockey, like the ones that we know of in the past, like Gold Roger, Whitebeard, all of the Odin, all of them like having that sheer force of will that we see in Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it comes down to just if it's just force of will, if your force of will is what you have to coach yourself in, Luffy's got this. Who has a stronger will than Luffy?
Nobody.
And I feel like with him going up against Kaido right now, Kaido still doesn't like fully respect him and treat him as the threat that he is.
No.
Like Kaido hasn't had a real threat to his life in a long time. So I'm not saying he's like over the hill or anything, because he's still a Yonko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like he hasn't had that like life or death situation where like I gotta win this.
Exactly.
And to be fair, Kaido kind of is known that he's been like untouchable, and that honestly
for a
only
long
like
time.
What it was only like Whitebeard and maybe Shanks he kind of was like staying away from. But like other than that, I mean, even Big Mom, I guess he was afraid of the other Yonko, but like no one was touching him. He was straight up like taunting the world government. Like
yeah, you can't kill me.
Like he went in there, got captured, and was like, nah.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, I did have one question. What is everything?
Okay. Yeah. There's only one real way to answer that. You know what I mean? And that is, if you got it, you should load it, roll it, spark it, or smoke it. Because the best way to answer this is with a good old fashioned group puff. So let's get it going.
It all started with a straw hat.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm glad we got
I saw the first episode.
You saw the first episode of One Piece? And
yeah.
Didn't continue? What's wrong with you?
I was going to, but I was like, oh my God, this is so many episodes.
No, you know what's real?
Like everyone is like so daunting for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you the truth here. You can skip like the first 5 or 6 minutes of each episode because just the intro making all those episodes about like 15 to 16 minutes apiece.
Yeah. And I have seen clips of like later episodes and stuff. It looks really cool.
I'm going to say this because you were talking about this episode 1. Remember how dope Lucky Roo was when he first showed up?
Yeah.
He just like pulled that thing. I was like, no, we don't play games. Like, I'll pull this out. I'm fired. We ain't never seen Lucky Roo again, and honestly, I want to see like that was such a badass moment. Like never in an anime have I ever seen like day one someone just pop out with his gun, eating a piece of meat, just like bow. Because the dude was threatening him, and he's like, "No, you don't pull a gun out." It was the old Outcast quote: "Don't pull that thing out unless you plan to bang." And Lucky Roo was about that life.
Oh, can I ask a power scale question?
Yes.
Where does like at this point, because it seems like I saw the name Zeus, so it seems like they're fighting god tier characters. Where would you say like where the characters are right now would compare to like a Dragon Ball Z?
Okay, if we're doing that.
We're gonna say Dragon Ball Z and not like Super and all the other bullshit, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're sticking with just Z. I would say Kaido's probably Cell level.
Oh, okay.
I don't know because like I feel like anything after Super Saiyan, you can destroy a planet.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kaido's destroying the whole planet by himself.
Oh, I would say Naruto, but I feel like destroying the planet, you could be extremely powerful, but also not destroy a planet at the same time.
In Naruto, yeah, we saw that. Like we saw them just create big ass craters.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking necessarily like, oh, their feats and powers, but like where they were in the story, what Goku had to overcome. Cell. I would say that's where they're at. Like this is the biggest thing. He needs his partners to help him. It's not like Katakuri, which would have been. I don't know. There's really no like real clear mapping for a thing that was 7 years and a thing that's 21 years. But
well, I'll give him this credit. Like just with the little that I know, I'm like, wow. Okay, so like Zoro would have been Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z terms by now, but it looks like Zoro's still pretty.
Zoro would have been Vegeta because they are like.
Yeah, but I was like I feel like he was the first. He was like the first equal pairing for Luffy. And I feel like he's just continued on that path, seemingly.
No, that's why he's first mate.
Yeah,
he's second strongest of the Straw Hats.
That's great. Usually, these shows, I feel like they kind of drop those people off by now.
No, that's really one thing that I feel like makes this different than other.
Everybody gets their shine.
Is the party truly feels like a party? Like it's an ensemble piece. Like I know Luffy's the main character, but it's more like he is Michael Scott. And then the rest of the office was a great ensemble.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Actually, I really like that analogy. Luffy as Michael Scott, like that's
he's the boss, kind of dumb, follows his heart.
Yeah, really accurate. Like
I'm glad I came back to that, Zheryk. That was amazing.
You're welcome.
Wow, you kind of just blew my mind. Like I'm thinking about every office scene and comparing it to Luffy right now, and I'm like,
what's the? We got to come up with the opposite of. I guess I'm gonna hit this because it's the only thing that we have, but we need something that's the.
It needs to be like a eureka or like someone said something really good.
Yeah.
Well, so who's the Kuwabara of the group?
That's it. Hold. That's all right. Kuwabara. It's got to be Usopp.
Usopp.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's the dude with the slingshot thing. Right?
He's goofy, but he can pull it out, and he's got heart. That's pretty much all he's got. Okay. I would say he's absolutely Usopp.
He doesn't have like the punk attitude of Kuwabara, but more of like the I love cats and like my girlfriend.
I still think they did Kuwabara dirty during the last season.
I don't know. I mean, he wasn't main in like the last season, but like that jig and toe, that dimension sword.
That's true. That was They did make him. They gave him an extreme boost on that one.
No, I was definitely like they did everyone dirty at the end of that series. Yeah. So let's just start it off there. But Kuwabara ended up being the spirit detective, and that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
So he got something. Matt, do we got you for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Great. That's a great transition to our next point. Yo, with great sadness, this week, Darkman X, DMX himself, passed away. And we just wanted to take a moment. Yeah, heavy, official.
Jeez, we went from One Piece to the person's dead.
Yo, we love DMX. We celebrating them. I don't know what you're doing.
What is going on over there?
It was just a big shift for me. That's all I'm saying.
Matt was gone for like a lot of it.
You weren't here.
What we should have done is introduce like a child who's sick but not dead, and then talked about DMX, so it could have been a smooth transition.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
all right, we'll find a GoFundMe to plug after this, and then we'll make it all even.
Cool. But yeah, my heart is heavy.
Yikes!
God damn it, man.
I think we just needed a palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
That wasn't particularly aimed at you, Matt.
Yeah.
I could see you were very confused. You're like, what did I say? What did I do?
I mean, I kind of heard it, but I didn't have that intention. So, I mean.
Anyway, DMX.
Yeah.
Rest in power.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, I guess that was that.
And all 46 women in that
I thought we were going to talk more about DMX, but y'all just wanted to get past it because Matt's sad. So
Let's talk a little DMX.
You just said, hey, DMX died.
Let's talk a little DMX. Truly, you know what's disappointing about DMX's story is that he was so successful so early on.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feel like he was never able to, because I feel like when you take people from like bad situations and they get a bunch of access all at one time, I just felt like he never really had a true time to like really like figure his shit out. Even when he did have those like times of like going to rehab and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's like that point he had so much money and people around him probably not. I don't know. It's just a sad story.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I would even say like during him coming up, he may not have had all the right people around him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what you just described happens to every top 10 NFL player that gets drafted every year. And DMX, to continue the analogy, would have been a Hall of Famer out the gate.
100%.
I mean, I feel like DMX was a very unique part in the timeline of hip hop. In my opinion, like there was a movement in the early 2000s where rap went from being rap to being pop culture, and I feel like DMX was really one of those.
He was the first one, if any.
Well, I feel like DMX, Ludacris, and
Nelly.
Nelly was on there for sure, but I don't feel like
he's a little later.
I feel like Nelly was a little bit different. Nelly was like I'm coming at this with the pop touch.
Yeah,
as much as I can remember.
Yeah.
As much as I can remember him, but
hate to bring this name up, but maybe T.I. counts in that category.
I feel like T.I. was a little bit later. T.I.'s
definitely a little later.
T.I.'s definitely in the post Wayne era for me.
I guess that's true.
But I do feel like they were like rappers that were kind of like, we're still like tough, we still represent our hood, but for some reason still appealed to white people in the suburbs. Everybody. I grew up in private Christian school, and I remember everyone's like, "Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here," and like that was like a thing, you know what I mean? And they were like, but it's like I said, as soon as you put on like "Who We Be," they'd get like real uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And
they don't know.
Right. And that was really one of the things before I really understood, code switching and that kind of thing was that like, oh, I can tell these are the rap songs I can play for these folks, and these are the rap songs I can play with these other folks.
One thing I like to think about is how rap has always shown itself in other genres a lot without us really knowing it. Punk's a good example of like there are a lot of similarities between rap and punk. And one of my favorite bands, Arctic Monkeys, Alex Turner. If you listen to some of his songs, he's actually kind of rapping.
I mean that was part of that era. Like as much as I hate to say it, like it was like DMX doing track with Limp Bizkit. That kind of like a lot of people like.
It's like DMX his rapping style truly was very fluid in a weird way. Just like the way he delivered things, like the sound of his voice and just the way he delivered it was just like you're not gonna get that again.
Yeah, he definitely like balanced between like a poet style of flow as far as like I'm not following like how a rap pattern should go. Yeah, and he also had a little bit of like that, like this gravelly voice kind of gave it a little bit of that, like a little bit of a metal edge, if you will.
Yeah,
he would always fit in just as much when he would go to like.
There was that gravitas from his voice that you just couldn't replicate.
I remember watching an old cipher with people who we all I think are like amazing right now, and they're all just sitting around, rapping, and then here comes DMX, and you still haven't heard that sound before, but like you hear him come in, and it's just like punching everyone in the face.
Yeah,
and it's distinctive, it's clear, it's enunciated, and the bars were there, even on freestyles, which is just insane.
And I think, like, I think we give Kanye West a lot of credibility for like kind of introducing vulnerability into like mainstream hip hop, like making songs where you like really talk about yourself and your struggles and like still make it catchy. Like DMX is actually doing that.
He started with that, like for real. Like all of those songs are just him pouring himself into the song.
Yeah,
he even says it like he's a prayerful warrior, and like all those are just all his bars are just prayers.
Yeah.
His dreams, his hopes, his struggle, like that. Who he be is literally him listing off like his like,
and it's like, I don't know. It's a sad story.
Just listing off the women that he's dealt with.
About 3 Kims. Still one of the greatest lines of all time.
3 Kims. Let's never forget.
God, and that was all by the age of 23.
I know, man. Yeah,
it's so young. Yeah,
it is so sad.
It's Bed-Stuy. Lots of people are stacked on
you
top
like
of each other.
you almost kind of wish he got famous like at 27 instead of 23. You know, what I mean? Like, yeah.
But he wouldn't. That's like the curse of this, right? Because like he wouldn't have had that like young edge and anxiety if he like matured and mellowed. Just be like, hey, I don't think y'all should be doing that. Like, no one cares. no one's gonna care if he's not like barking or yelling at you. You know, that was part of the reason. Like,
yo, we almost near 30. We can't be doing this.
Need to go out and drink responsibly. Have a cup of water between each drink.
My knees and my back are hurting. We need to sit down. My God.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, and that's also before I feel like we like mental health became like a good, huge, healthy talking point. Like I don't know, it just feels like he's kind of a victim of the times.
No, absolutely. I remember hearing the stories about him. Whatever he was using, and that he impersonated an FBI agent, and the whole
Cad water. Are you saying?
Everybody drink water. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
I'd have to leave the room. I can't.
Yeah, it's back there. I ain't gonna get up. But yeah, I think that was DMX. And if you grew up as an anime fan of color of a certain age, you probably saw your favorite anime clips put over to X gonna give it to you probably. But there's occasional Where the Hood At. He was a very big part of AMV culture. I think that just his raw energy and intensity fit really well, especially in an era where everyone was you're putting all your stuff over to rock music, into like Linkin Parks, into your like Corns, and into your Limp Bizkits and stuff. But to have like
Linkin Park AMVs.
No, those are dope. No shame against Linkin Park AMVs, but like the DMX AMVs, the Move Bitch AMVs were a different ball game. So to see like when hip hop,
I always really enjoyed a rap AMV when I came across it.
Oh, 100%.
I can remember my first YouTube account where all those saved videos where I'd watch those AMVs like over and over again when I was first getting into YouTube.
Yeah.
The AMV is proof of the Asian Black solidarity we got.
Yeah, we discussed this last night. Like
That's actually kind of wow.
Matt, you just get your mind blown today. You need to be late more often.
Wow. Like I had never thought about that connection.
Take it in.
Yeah, man.
Breathe it in, bro. You got it. All right, we're going to take that moment and let's use this as a transition. So you done said it. I'm wearing this shirt to rep it. Let's talk WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Night one last night was fucking fantastic. The main event, the first ever Black women versus Black women for a championship in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Wow.
But before we get to the main event, let's talk about some other moments here.
Okay.
I want to mention this. I know it's kind of shitty, got lost in a lot of this, but the first match of WrestleMania was for the WWE Championship, and my man Bobby Lashley, usually the champion does not retain.
Yeah.
And my man retained his title against Drew McIntyre, who they've been building up as an absolute beast. Bobby Lashley has been doing this. I remember in 2008, he was in WWE. One of the higher ups called his wife or his fiance at the time something racist. So he went out and left because she wouldn't deal with it. So he went with her. He went out and became a legitimate MMA fighter. Has a better record than Brock Lesnar, mind you, on a lower profile. He didn't get the UFC offer the first day one, but he was going through. If you look through Bellator and through Strikeforce before they shut down, he's only had one loss on his record. He went and did the whole thing in TNA and Impact Wrestling, made them kind of like get a little bit of relevance back. Went over there, like did his thing, like paid his dues. Did the MMA, still pro wrestled, came back, negotiated for himself to come back to WWE, and then is now the WWE champion, the top, arguably the third black person to ever hold the WWE title. It goes The Rock, it goes Kofi Kingston, and now Bobby Lashley. So, it's going to get understated. It's going to get lost a little bit, and not to take anything away from what Bianca and Sasha accomplished, but I want to give a moment to give Bobby Lashley, MVP, the Hurt Business, the work they've been doing over the last year. That they fucking did that thing and they deserved it. So
he's a legit dude because he made the transition to UFC MMA fighter.
Even before he became a wrestler, he was a legit Marine. Like the Bobby Lashley, mind you, not going to go into politics too much. He did represent Donald Trump in WrestleMania 23 back in the day.
No,
he lost, what it is. But however, my man's got through, and he's doing the thing. So that's awesome. And then the rest of the show was great. The women's tag team. Wish Naomi would have looked had a little bit more love in there.
Naomi should have had a lot more time in that. But then again, her tag teammate was Lana, and Lana still has some ways to go.
In all honesty, we'll never know how much that 45-minute rain delay affected anything too.
That's true.
Sure. I say in like 6 months when they do the behind the scenes, WWE Access or whatever, it's gonna be real interesting to see what they did, because I felt like by having all those people up front kind of do promos and talk, it really did kind of like, well, there goes the excitement of seeing what New Day's wearing as their like big entrance. You know what I mean? It lost a little bit of like the small mania moments because of it. Maybe Drew was supposed to win, but because of that and everything, they were just like, hey, let's just get this over with and we can deal with this on Monday. You never know.
Interesting.
But, I'm excited as the show goes on.
Storylines can change like last minute like that.
Mm-hmm. And then we kind of go through. Got to mention, I don't really remember what else happens in between. I know there was other matches, but we got to go straight to this Bad Bunny match. Yeah, Bad Bunny. So
Bad Bunny.
One of the best matches of the night.
That was crazy.
Best entrance of the night.
It was so.
Easily.
Did he do a concert when he came in? Because he could.
No, dude, he can't.
I looked up the song he came out to. He has a song called Booker T.
Yeah, he came out. No, that's how he debuted in the WWE. So at the Royal Rumble, he came out and there was a big deal that Bad Bunny was going to perform Booker T. And it was a really weird performance. Booker T's in his GI Bro gear, just standing there like an action figure. I thought he was an AR statue, in all honesty, when I saw it. Bad Bunny's just like skipping around him, just like doing the song Booker T. And then at the very end, it pays off. He does something, and then he puts the mic in front of Booker T and he goes, "Sucker," and that was it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was the whole segment. And then like they're like, "What is this?" And it was weird. But his DJ's booth was set up still in the ramp. So as they did the Royal Rumble, the Miz was like, "Hey, that was a great performance. Maybe we can link up." And Bad Bunny's like, "No, I'm okay."
Combine the brands together.
Yeah.
And Miz was like, "Fuck that."
And then so he went and like destroyed the DJ set when he was going out for the Royal Rumble.
Ooh, don't do
and
that.
Bad Bunny came in after Miz and Morrison got eliminated by Damian Priest. Bad Bunny's his friend, just out of nowhere, and jumps off onto him. Awkward looking, but it was still great. And then, by all accounts, Bad Bunny has been reporting into the Performance Center training the whole time. So he's been doing stuff, but he's also been like, training with the cruiserweights as a wrestler. So he does this whole thing, gets the storyline. Actually, is like a very entertaining thing, and 100% credit goes to Miz and Morrison for just being the perfect shit. You just want to see them. You just want to see them get their shit kicked, and they're just dumb as fuck, and they play their role perfectly.
Yeah, Miz is I got a lot of respect for someone who'd be like, well, I want people who love Bad Bunny to hate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just the role you got to play.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
Miz,
you know what? Respect for putting entertainment above
Miz,
your reputation.
100%.
Yeah, and that's been the
coming in to be the villain when you're from Cleveland.
God damn it, Matt.
Jesus.
Hold on, I gotta scroll over here so I can click to this.
You gotta go find it.
I know where it is. My mouse broke, so I have.
I earned that one.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Miz, when he was doing the Real World, he was doing this character before he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
No, he was the Miz on the Real World.
He was the Miz. Yeah,
100%.
exactly. He's been that annoying. I'm going to get under your skin. I'm not. I think I'm a lot better than I am at everything. He's been that.
You got to admire him because, like, ever since the Real World, he used that as his platform to become a professional wrestler.
He did.
He even said, "I'm gonna be
from the Real World to the challenge to it actually happening." I'm like, wow.
He used to carry the WWE replica belt around and annoy the fuck out of Coral. Like I remember that.
Yes!
Coral. Yes.
I remember having a crush on her.
It's truly a plan. It was like
apparently they're still friends. 2
decades in the making of this happening. Yeah. I gotta give him credit.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, Bad Bunny came out there small as fuck, moving awkwardly as all get out. But every time he did goddamn anything, it was the most exciting. He had passion in everything he did, more than some of the wrestlers that were there getting paid full time. You know what I mean?
Like I like that they kind of tried to make it like his fighting style was a little bit like boxer-ish.
No, when he came in, he just came through hands. I was just like, all right.
I was like, okay.
He's the kid from Puerto Rico. He throws hands. That's all you need. He doesn't have to know how to wrestle, but he keeps bopping you in the jaw. Like, that's all you really need.
Yeah.
Which is a great story. And then he got hit for the first time, and you were like, my God. Like, he sold like a champ. Like,
he went to the top rope more than once.
Yeah, like I thought Bad Bunny might have legit got injured a couple times. Yeah, but that's kind of a good wrestler.
That just shows he's been putting in the work at the performance center.
Yeah, he was doing the selling. Like when he was just getting the shit kicked out of him and finally got that hot tag to Damian Priest, that was such a big moment. Let Damian Priest look like a monster for a second there.
Wow.
When he came off and did the counter with that like head scissor Hurricane Rana thing. Again, looked a little awkward, but like it just the passion, the fact that you saw in his eyes that he was like going for it when he landed, the fact that that fire back in. Oh man, he had everything. I really hope he keeps pursuing pro wrestling. I get that he's like one of the biggest musical acts in the world right now, but I would love to see him like disappear from wrestling for a bit, come back in like a year, just like jacked and like legitimately going for like a cruiserweight title or doing something. Where it's not like
an album while doing that.
I'm just gonna casually sip out of my Seth Rollins glass.
Oh, we forgot about the Seth
Rollins.
CrossFit
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 100. Cesaro is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Cesaro.
Like back in 2008, the first time I ever traveled across the country to go see independent wrestling. The headliner of that show was Claudio Castagnoli against Brody Lee, RIP Brody Lee. Mm-hmm. But from that moment, they both were kind of like they were big guys that did flips that like would jump off. Like the stuff Cesaro can do that they don't let him do is insane. Like in that match, he hit the big spin, and that was like the story. But when he got him to do the UFO and put him on the
man. Oh my God, he didn't even use his hands.
I haven't seen that move in 7 years. Like he has not done that in 7 years. And so to see him like go dip into the well, it was just so much fun. And Seth Rollins, great sport. I was coming into this hoping he would lose. Let's see him get injured, have some time off, let him go be a dad for a little bit. Yeah. Him and Becky Lynch can come back together. It'll be great. But yeah, I just loved it. Cesaro had his big moment. That dude can wrestle. I hope we can see him, this transition into something more for him. I would love to see SmackDown be taken more as like the up-and-comer championship main event picture and Raw as like the big guy, more traditional like main event scene, if you will.
That makes sense. So
it'd be kind of cool to see him kind of work in SmackDown. I could see like, some really cool stuff happening. And then, all right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the match that set history. I, again, been watching Bianca Belair since she debuted for NXT way back. I've been following Sasha Banks since she debuted for NXT way back in the day.
They both had great careers.
Both have great careers. I'm a huge Sasha Banks fan. I would argue that like my top 5 current wrestlers is Sasha Banks. I love the way she cuts promos, her in-ring style, the fact that she's small and still is like the big dog in the fight. Mm-hmm. Everything about her presentation, I really do enjoy. Bianca Belair is a pure athlete.
Oh my God, she's so strong.
Pure baby face. Like I see her, I listen to her talk, and I want nothing but to see her succeed and to win. Especially when you go on the internet communities and you go to the people of color wrestling communities, and they were not a big fan of her when she first showed up.
Oh my God.
She's doing it too fast. She's ratchet, blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever. But at the same time, like she never like showed it, and she always was like the best one in the ring. Even when she lost, she was still the most athletic one in the ring. So to see both of them get this chance, Sasha's never gotten the main event WrestleMania shot. Bianca Belair's debut at a WrestleMania, for a lack of a better phrase, and they fucking tore it down, man.
That was awesome.
From the beginning of Bianca Belair crying on the verge of sheer emotion of finally being here, to Sasha Banks having that, but being like, no, I've been here before. You saw her fight the tears back to be like, I get this moment, but I'm here to kick your ass. Like, you saw both of those happen, and that was before the bell rang. Like, it was a moment, and they were there, and we were along for all of it. Sasha getting the counters, and Sasha going for the frogs, going for the Matora, but switching it into a splash in the middle. Like, that was insane, hitting a frog splash. That moment at the end, I've seen Bianca Belair use the hair whip as a move hundreds of times.
Yes.
Never has it ever.
I've never heard it that loud before.
Yeah.
Like,
it was snap.
It was so loud. I saw people in the audience be like, "Oh!" Like, you saw like the reaction of that was just like, "God damn!" And then from there to her to hit her move, and just congratulations to Bianca Belair. They didn't show anything, but there's some like clips after the stream ended, and there's a picture of her on Montez Ford's shoulders. She's holding her title, and he's just wearing a suit. He's great. They're the best feel good.
See, that's that love.
Yeah, feel good couple is just great. But again, the night one of WrestleMania was just absolutely fantastic. Maybe it really wasn't as great as we think it is when we look down and look back on this and everything. But the first show where there's a crowd, hearing the audience, having the Sasha Banks Bianca Belair moment, seeing Bobby Lashley retain his championship, and I was pretty sure that he was going to lose.
I honestly thought that Sasha was going to retain last night.
I did too. I
was like, Bianca, she's had a good run so far, but like, I don't think she's been around long enough to win this right now.
Yeah.
But they switched it up. They totally took me through my expectations.
Yeah. And, for me, it was Bianca Belair's crying. You're not going to win if you're crying. This is wrestling, right? That was kind of my thought. And also, Sasha Banks, what'd you say?
Where'd you get that thought? There's no crying in wrestling. There's not?
Hold on. It's just I don't have a mouse, so I have to use this touchpad, and it makes it longer to get over there to click on you.
It's never mind.
All right, so the theory is if you're crying in your emotions and you're distracted, all right? That's where it's coming from. It's basic wrestling psychology.
Got it.
And if the ref doesn't see it, it doesn't count.
Also basic wrestling psychology.
I think that's the only one I know. That's the only one I know.
Nah, all right. But we forgot about that's not what we're talking about. But Braun Strowman beat Shane McMahon in a cage.
I don't even know who those two people are, so you're right. It was
Shane went flying. Have we gotten confirmation he's alive today?
Shane's alive. That's not the first time Shane's taken that fall.
We've seen him take worse bumps than that. Like,
that man's old.
This was fair. He is old as fuck now, but
he is 51. That we confirmed that last night.
I wasn't expecting the dude to tear the cage open.
That was actually
my God. Braun Strowman tearing open the steel cage was frightening.
Yeah.
Isn't that big monster that they have right now to replace Undertaker?
Yeah,
is the big bad monster, undefeatable monster.
That's the Fiend. We'll see him tomorrow.
Fiend,
the Fiend.
We'll see him tonight. Tonight.
Still, that guy is a monster.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember he was with those. I call them the Murphy people.
No, they're the Wyatts. The Wyatt became the
That's
Fiend.
a better name.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually the first time I've watched wrestling in forever. The last time I watched wrestling was around the time like the Big Show was introduced as like Brock Lesnar's big rival.
Oh wow,
that's 2000s, isn't it?
That's like 4, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that was like really the last time I watched wrestling, and so coming back to it, I was like, first thing I noticed, like, wow, I can't believe they're actually like putting women on like the main event. That was crazy.
And then wrestling has come a long way within the past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
No, within the 5-6 years, even from that, within the 5-6 years of that, like it grew a lot. Like it's amazing where I mean, the WWE clearly is a publicly traded company now, and it's really cool to see how, like, while like at the core that there are like people that are like old school and whatnot, but like they are making the point of like, you know what, it is fucked up that there hasn't been a black WWE champion since The Rock, and we really push more of his Samoan heritage than the fact that he's a black man. You know what I mean? They really are like, no, our women are here for more than just bra and panties matches and to be sexual fodder or to be managers.
Yeah.
Like we're starting to see, like even with the MVP, I think it's cool to see an older wrestler like that still kind of get treated with respect and not just be like some punk old man that gets punked out all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they do that shit. I mean, yes, I agree with you, Maria. Give them health insurance.
Yeah.
They don't have health insurance?
No. You don't know this?
No.
Man.
Yeah,
look up John Oliver, man. He talks about it. That shit was depressing.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. They're all 1099 independent contractors.
Oh, hell no. They're the original Uber drivers then.
Yeah. And they're on TV, and like due to the way that it's run, they don't even get SAG. It's
so sad.
It's real fucked. And it's actually really funny. Like you can tell because some of the wrestlers will go off and get SAG on their own, and you notice their careers kind of take off a little bit more because they get that career bump. Miz got that SAG, and you can tell when his stuff.
Okay.
John Cena got that SAG and pretty much was like, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, The Rock got
that transition.
Like that was the reason that The Rock left originally is because like Scorpion King, he got full SAG, and then like WWE was like, we're not going to pay you that. But to be fair, they couldn't at the time.
Right. Interesting.
And that was
I
even
did not
before,
know that aspect.
That was before they went public, and that was before The Rock became The Rock or became Dwayne Johnson. You know what I mean? All right, that's enough about wrestling.
Yeah,
we're talking about trying to come on tonight and live streaming night 2, but we'll see because I might just sleep the whole day. We'll see.
You're
I vote for that.
Yeah, I have my reasons to sleep all day, and I might do it.
That's real.
And also because Swinson said he was going to do the live stream with us, and then he was like, "Hey, I planned something," and then bailed on us. And Swinson equals ratings. What can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, it's facts.
Does it?
Yeah, Dev equals viewers and Swinson equals ratings. Everyone knows that.
That's fair. You're right. A lot of people will turn in to watch my demise. Like I rate it highly.
You did great in the One Piece review. Just
Thank you.
like, letting us go ahead and agreeing with everything.
Oh, I can't wait till the One Piece fans find my Twitter and destroy it.
You should just hit him with the
yeah. No, I get you. I feel you.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Say less.
Not yet. No, not yet.
All right, so I already told you I could sit here and rant on about wrestling for way too long. But I do want to bring up one more big thing. I feel like it was a big pop culture thing.
Yeah, it was.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
What an episode!
God damn it.
Have mercy.
Black Twitter has taken that episode and just raised it to the heavens.
Who?
Black Twitter has had fun with that.
Oh wow! I did not know. What are they doing?
Oh, just the Dora Milaje scene and the line where he said they're not even super soldiers.
I just remember. I did see one. Walker putting his hand on the Dora Milaje, and like it's just it's like what was funny to me about the meme is like it was at this moment you knew you fucked up. No. If you were watching the show, you fucked up a good 4 or 5 seconds before that. First with the condescending, second with the assuming I'm Captain America, I run shit right here. Third, you just got walked up on by 4 women. Just no one.
Yeah, with sticks.
Yo, they fucking
sticks.
They fucking with one of those pointy sticks stole his fucking shield from him.
Right,
one of those pointy sticks. They locked that shield
and then like trapped him in the fucking corner. Was tired of his bullshit.
Yo, I loved it when old girl was about to straight up just take the shield.
She was like, "Yo, this is mine. I won. Like, I beat the warrior."
Yeah, vibranium. This is ours anyway. And then the other one's like.
It's like Zemo got away. Just give it away. Just give it away.
And then took my man's arm off. I was like, "Oh, y'all
just like
y'all disrespectful out here."
Hey, and that don't work no more. Yeah,
it's cold as fuck.
You gonna whoop all 4 of them's ass? Jesus Christ! It's a Tuesday. God damn.
But also, man, like I got to say, I really do enjoy. Like, it's the same villain in every Marvel movie, but I'm really enjoying Carly Morgenthau going through it.
Yeah,
Someone with good ideals, something bad happened to them. They went too far, and now they're bad guys. It's every villain in my
and it's like you identify with it, but it's just like your methods. What are you doing?
And the fact that everyone is comparing, like, you know, Carly is able to hold her ideals while being a super soldier, and Steve Rogers, and they're being held on that same kind of
which is ridiculous. One's a child, one is a secret incel.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, I wouldn't say incel, but
okay, fine. Yeah, it was probably aggressive, but like
one is a child.
It's in that vein. The incels do.
We don't need any more incel talk.
Wow. Yeah, this isn't a Doja Cat stream.
What? I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know enough about Doja Cat.
Hey, I love Doja Cat. She got a new song called "Kiss Me More" featuring SZA out. Shout out to them. But you know,
I called Walker an incel, and somehow that's bad.
I think maybe he's more of an edgelord. If you.
Oh, I thought you were calling Captain America an incel.
No, Walker. Captain America. He's called Captain America. Is Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry. I thought you were referring to Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
no.
Because I had
Steve
said
Rogers
Carly
is
and Steve Rogers. I said
He's
that.
like
Carly and Steve Rogers.
You said
Oh, you did? I thought you meant Captain Walker.
no.
And let's call him by his comic book name, U.S. Agent.
That's a little bit better, actually, because then I know the distinction.
I'm gonna call him Captain Bitch America.
Oh my God.
That I know
Can
immediately.
we just call him white male rage?
Yeah,
I mean, that's where I was going with it. Like Captain WRA,
Captain Kentucky over here.
Captain Clown.
Yeah.
Captain Clown.
Captain School
Yeah,
Shooter.
get him.
The school shooter without a gun.
Yeah, he is.
Yo, but I gotta say, man,
Agreed.
But that ending was brutal. I'll say that.
bro, like,
That ending was set up by a dead black man. Well,
Yeah.
not dead. I think
even
he's
before
not.
even before that, like there's this the scene where he got captured, where they captured Battlestar, right? Where they got Lamar and they tied him up and put him away from danger because they wanted to kill Steve Walker, right? That was like their only goal. They even said that straight out. They told Falcon, yo, we'll let you go. We're just going for him. And like they clearly like were putting him away. They secured him for his own. He escaped and got back in there. But when my man got taken out with like a 1-2 combo like that, and they were like, he's dead, because he got up, got that first hit, and was like, okay, I'm back, I'm coming for this, and got that second one, and he was out. It was just like
To the chest.
Which I appreciate them doing because I've always kind of been curious about that when it comes to like regular people getting punched by like Captain America. I'm like, foreseably, someone could die like that.
Yeah.
I thought that too, but they have never shown that.
They've never done it.
My theory about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that it's full of what I like to call light murder. It's like bad guys get hit, they fall off of planes and buildings and like maybe get shot or fall off building. It's all light murder. Like it's never like I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
it's like collateral.
Yeah.
Collateral damage.
Exactly.
It's G.I. Joe
That's
murder.
kinda what the bane is.
It's G.I. Joe murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a fucking army.
Yeah, but Battlestar got fucked up. Yeah, he
Battlestar. I really don't hope they make him into the first killed person by a super soldier because that will maintain the pattern of the black person being the first person to die for a thing. I do think he's going to be in a coma.
He don't need to be Chris Pacetti.
I think he's dead.
Yeah,
I think he's in a coma because I want to say that they want to paint Walker in such a bad light that he overreacted. His reaction is based off the death of his friend, but I want to see them in light of that reaction. He missed the mark even more because he's made poor choices throughout the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And for the most basic thing of checking if someone is alive, that was the laziest thing I ever saw. He was just smacking him around in the face, and then he was at 100, ready to go.
Well, even like the dumber thing is that he was like just let Carly leave. Like she walked by him to escape the room, and instead of chasing her, he went and chased the other guy instead. Like,
oh yeah,
like in that scene where they're showing him like beating the fuck out of him with that shield. They clearly Carly Morgenthau right there in the front of the row, looking dead at him.
If he had been paying attention, he could have seen her.
Now he's blinded by rage.
Yep.
Just being distracted.
And as soon as I saw him pick that shield up, I was like, no.
I was like, yeah,
it's happening.
Yikes!
Like,
because that's from the comics, I thought too.
You bisected a man.
Well, I don't think it was. I mean, he fucking murdered someone out of cold blood like that, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't think it was that brutal in the comics.
No, that was
because that was like, oh stop, he's dead. Oh stop, he's dead already. He's been dead. Please stop. Oh God, like
stop.
You know what I mean?
Just that last image of just the bloody shield.
Yeah,
I think that has been in the comics somehow. I feel.
To me, it was him. After all that happened, he re-strapping it on.
Yeah.
Retightened it. And then he hit the pose as if he had done justice. Like that.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just such a powerful image.
Like,
it was
But you know what? It looks like Disney's not gonna be like, I think everyone's fear with the Disney movies and stuff was like, oh, they're gonna like, it's never gonna be as cool because they're not gonna show shit. And looks like Disney's like, no, we with the shits.
No, I think that's what it's going to be. I think the movies are going to be the more mass appeal, family friendly, but they're going to really be able to explore some like deeper and some like cooler things and themes on their network because it's their own streaming platform. They're in control of everything. So if they want to go into a really deep story about, for lack of a better phrase, a white woman's grief and make it interesting, they can do that. If they can make a superhero story that really covers the struggle of, being Black in America, like that whole scene, they had me at the whole, like, we got to save the boat scene, right? On the first episode.
Yeah.
Like at the whole thing where they were like, even in this scene where, Carly called the sister and was like, yo, I wanted to make sure this was legit. And like, oh, he does not work for Captain America. And like that whole exchange was just like, when she was like, why would I give a shit about them when they don't give a shit about my existence? Like, I don't work for him.
Like, you remind me of me. That's nice.
But I think that's one of the big things about Marvel is that supervillain, superhero, regular person, there's always someone who's like you. Like that was one of the big things of Marvel. Yeah. As compared to what I feel DC's movies were doing.
Quick question. Do we think that Sharon's the power broker or is she working for the power broker?
I think she's working for the power broker.
The latter.
Okay.
Because my question is, how did Morgenthau get the phone number unless they are somehow connected to the power broker, which they are for the vials, but why go back? Why call the person to help you get the thing once they threaten your life, unless you give them the thing? So I think there's some connection there with the woman as well.
Yeah, but like her absence made Sharon a lot more interesting.
What I do know is Sam is going to have to really get his fighting skills together if he's going to try to beat all these super soldiers.
Yeah,
he looked like he was doing fine for some.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be able to beat the top tier people the way he is right now.
I mean, we can't use the Dora Milaje as a barometer for how well he can fight.
But to be fair, the reason that Falcon is able to hold his own compared to a Battlestar is because he has those like Tony Stark wing things that he has. Whenever a super, super soldier is hitting him, he's able to throw a shield up and absorb it.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time that I've seen them show like he uses them in the comics, him using his wings to fight, like all of that, like hitting them with
when he did the
clothesline,
wing clothesline.
I was like, okay, Sam,
or using his jetpack to like burn somebody off of him.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Or the wings push me back and then I just go back. Yeah, so much.
That's the one thing about these Marvel shows I am really liking is they all have been about characters who have kind of been around but have never gotten a big focus.
Yeah, exactly. They're like really building in the backstory and like the side characters are becoming the main characters, and we're really able to like explore things that like we wouldn't like. We're always focusing on like the rich white people. Like, of course, that's what happens. And now we're starting to kind of get like Peter Parker was like the first one that's like he's not a rich kid, but like
he was adopted by Tony Stark. He's a rich kid.
Exactly. That's what happened to him.
Man, he was getting gifts every week. He stopped by to see Aunt May. Like, come on. Like, you gonna tell me that suit wasn't a gift for starting to date Aunt May?
He always had Jordans on. Explain.
Right?
No. I was like, I don't remember that.
I don't believe that's accurate. No.
Go back. You'll see Tony Stark Jordans are always on his feet.
Yep. Just wealth.
That's dope as fuck. I want to get a pair of them. Tony.
Yeah, I was telling Maria that I was like, I don't know if I'm super excited about it, but you know what? I'm kind of into it now.
Like,
it's not as interesting as WandaVision, but it's still like
it hits different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
I'm into it for a different thing for sure.
Yeah.
Like, but I gotta say, like in this show, the use of music is great. Like, like when it opened up and it was like the Wakanda drums that kind of opened up. Even Laura was like she like perked up. She's like, it was great. So it was just like I love how Marvel at the point has like the musical cues to do it. You know, I'll give you that. WandaVision is still better, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier hasn't finished its story yet. So we'll see.
We're halfway. This is all the setup.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I have a feeling there's going to be a big tonal change about to hit.
Because this is only episode 4, right?
It's only
episode 4. So we're only halfway through.
Yeah, so we're only halfway through. We have to see what happens.
Yeah. And like this was right around the time we got it was Agatha all along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that
Agatha all along was
that was probably the episode right before, right?
That was episode 5.
Yeah.
Episode 5 was the end of episode 5 was Agatha all along because episode 6 was like
right about there.
The tour of her trauma, and then the last episode.
I will say though, the one thing I will say is I feel like Winter Soldier is still getting a little bit more going on these last few episodes. I feel like episode 1 was very much about Sam.
Yeah,
these last few episodes, I feel like they've continuously gone back to like what Winter Soldier's thing is.
Yeah, but it's only because they're tied to Zemo, and Zemo and him are so tied together. Also, I love what they're doing with Zemo.
Zemo's great.
Yeah, he's the right amount of like I'm speaking the truth, but it's also like fucked up.
Still a villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope they go back to a little bit. Yeah, I hope they go back to Sam a little bit and like how he's going to take up the mantle.
But I think that's what the point is. I think that right now they're setting everything up for those big moments for Sam to kind of to get there.
He's got to become Captain America somehow, and I think this is it. Like, there's no way that Walker stays as Captain America.
Oh no!
And also, just a fun thing to remember: wasn't Rhodey in the first episode for a second?
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, Rhodey was in there. Yeah.
So there's a chance that like the War Machine could pop up at some point and help out. I don't know.
That would be really cool.
I mean, how do you get your new Captain America Tony Stark built suit, except from the man who has the last, like a War Machine suit, who has access to building those things?
Exactly.
I also think that like I remember watching that scene. I was like, is this the first time that we've seen this kind of conversation between two main black characters in Marvel?
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Well, did they not have? They had to have had Nick Fury talk.
They've had like little.
Nick Fury
they've had like banter, but they haven't had like conversation.
Yeah, like
he's never met Rhodes either.
No.
Like this is the first full blown conversation between two black lead characters in Marvel. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Because at the time when there was Black Panther, Fury was snapped.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fury got snapped. He comes back. Captain America. Well, they're going to write this somehow. Not Captain America. Black Panther is somehow dead or what have you. But yeah, I think that's the first one.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he even spoke to
outside of Black Panther, of course, which is a predominantly black cast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure and Killmonger.
I thought that was pretty obvious, so I decided to leave it alone.
Yeah. But heroes, two black heroes had a conversation.
Like two leads.
Yeah, because technically Black Panther is the lead of that, and he's like the main thing, but it's like everyone else interacts through him. Through that world, you don't see anyone interacting with them, except for, even now, White Wolf was interacting with Dora Milaje. Yeah, you don't see it.
No, like I can only remember Rhodes and Sam just like having like playful banter with each other at like a small part.
Because they're on the opposite.
Oh, they did token black people head nod stuff. Got it.
Exactly, they did that.
Like, hey, you're black. Hey, I'm black. We're both here. Yep,
right.
Got your back.
Like really, Sam?
No, it was the opposite. It was they're the sidekicks for Captain Rogers and Iron Man in the Civil War.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never we haven't really gotten like them just like talking as like people.
Yeah.
So like,
Yo, also I want to take a moment. This reminds me of this. Do you remember the first Ant-Man movie where like Ant-Man fights Captain Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just such a random great moment that I just like remembered here because it was just like, oh, that's right. He did have like one of his best fights was against Ant-Man in that movie.
Yeah, and they made a whole point. It was like, I'm not getting my ass kicked by a guy who I don't know, and I'm not just the sidekick. And throughout that whole thing,
Yeah, that was his whole
thing. Oh God, so you forgot about that.
So I have another quick question I want to like pose out here. So in the timeline of the Marvelverse, the snaps ended about a week after the snap. Wanda goes to New Jersey, starts WandaVision.
Yeah.
How far out from the snap a week? Because I've been hearing it's a couple months. So that means WandaVision's all happened.
Yeah, I think I heard 2 months in one of the episodes.
Yeah. So it's
2
like
months after WandaVision?
2
months after the snap.
Okay.
Which is about
2 months after everybody comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering,
like the next week.
No, WandaVision happened already.
Right. But in the timeline, it's the next week after.
Yeah. It's like a week or two, I think, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. So pretty much like, wait. Yeah. After the resnap. It's all after the resnap.
Yes. Snap bring everyone back. 2 weeks happen.
2 weeks after that. Yeah.
Tony Stark's funeral is somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but Wanda wasn't there, I thought.
Wanda was
there.
She was?
Wanda was there. Was she not standing next to Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah.
Was that a foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh shit! Was it?
Oh, think about it. They're sitting next together. Is it like the next?
Why did I do? I literally just rewatched it because
it's very clear like a shot of just them three in that like pan too. Like,
holy shit, you're right.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing for the next.
Marvel was like, we're gonna do shows on these three, put them together.
Yeah,
but to be fair, they knew that they were.
Yeah.
And then Loki's about to come too. That's going to be fun.
That looks so weird.
Loki looks great.
Yo, to be fair though, WandaVision made no goddamn sense in those trailers. And then as you watched it, it was like, oh, this is great. So they have good faith in me.
I'd say Winter Soldier kind of did. Made no sense.
It was I thought it was going to be like
Winter Soldier was going to go.
I thought it was going to be an action buddy cop kind of thing, and it did not go that route.
No,
so far.
I also gotta say I wasn't able to take away anything from the promos for this show. I was like, I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be about. Sam and Brucky are gonna just be hanging out and doing shit, I guess.
I thought this was Bad Boys Superheroes. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
I want to see that, and I'm going to call that from now on. This is Bad Boys Superheroes.
Introduce Bad Boys into the Marvel Universe, cowards.
Yes, do it.
Give him the soldier. Give him the Super Soldier serum.
Give Martin Lawrence Super Soldier serum, dude.
Will Smith gets the powers by going through the hex, and then Martin Lawrence gets the serum. Let's do it. Let's make that movie.
Martin as Bucky. That's so funny.
Yo, the day they introduce Will Smith into the Marvel Universe, we're gonna go nuts.
We're gonna just
I don't know what character he'll be, but we're gonna go insane.
Yo, he's got to be like Galactus. Like the only way that it works is if he's like the end of worlds eater or something like that.
Oh my god!
Because like all the main ones are taken.
Yeah.
Unless they make him what's his name, Mr. Blue.
Ooh, it could be a Doctor Doom though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, is he too old to be Mr. Fantastic?
No, I think he's probably the right age.
At the right age.
Yeah. Depending on the timeline, yeah.
Because what, he's nearing 50? Probably
Blue Marvel. That's it.
And remember, they got all of the X-Men. They're about to start working back in. They got all of the Ghost Rider side about to get worked in. Blade's coming back.
Yeah.
Blue Marvel. Everything they're setting up now is for the next iteration of Avengers. This is looking like 6 years, 7 years out with Captain Marvel, Captain America Chavez iteration.
No. I thought they were going to do a Young Avengers. So they're doing like
right, but this is you have to introduce her first. But this is leading up to like the next iteration, which is Blue Marvel, not introduced yet. Captain America Chavez, not introduced yet. Coming in with the multiverse. Monica as what's her name? But we were just introduced to her. Yeah, and then and Blue Marvel, who is the most powerful person in the MCU comic version. He punched out the Hulk.
Yeah, that happened.
Yep.
I thought Franklin Richards was the strongest.
It depends on the power scaling.
Fair.
Because Franklin Richards has reality altering powers. Like he can literally create shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey y'all. I just realized that it's almost been an hour and a half, and Devin is pretty much checked out. I can tell. Listen, we can talk about this again next week if next week comes.
Because there's no One Piece next week, so we got to figure out something.
So we can get all up into the.
Let's talk about My Hero Academia next.
I was about to say thank you very much.
There was some stuff that happened this week for sure.
Don't know that. Slept through it.
All right, so I won't talk about it, but stuff going on. There's other manga and stuff like Mashal started the final. So it's its first tournament arc, and it just started the final round of the first tournament arc. So
nice.
Black Clover seems like it's getting into its end game.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
See, the hard-boiled cop and Dolphin is going into how he became a dolphin backstory right now.
Build King is revealing how there are new. It's so new. I'm not clear as to like a lot of it, but I'm enjoying reading it, and it's so much fun. They're all construction workers.
All right,
great.
Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Even though we have a crazy number of viewers,
we have 7 viewers as we're about to end. How's that work?
Jeez, well, this is perfect.
This is perfect time, Wes.
Recommendations,
or also to acknowledge YouTube.
Yes, we have a YouTube. Acknowledge it. Go to it. There's someone that commented on it. Follow them.
Yeah,
Aaron Yeager. What's up?
What's up?
Hey! Stop being mean to your friends.
I actually read the last chapter of.
Oh, you did?
Of Attack on Titan.
I haven't read it yet.
Whew.
Okay.
Well, you know what? It looks like telling people to acknowledge that YouTube made them leave. We should have just gone straight into recommendations. We should have just gone straight.
My bad.
All right. So, Dev, you got any recommendations for the people?
My Hero Academia is back. It's looking good. The first 2 episodes were a little slow, but now we're getting into the main story. Looking good. Jujutsu Kaisen. That shit's fucking fire. Probably anime of the year. Demon Slayer, the movie's coming out. Get to watching that. And then I'm always gonna plug Dr. Stone. Get your education, you know what I'm saying, about science and stuff.
Get your education on.
Get your education, dog.
Well, dang. I don't have anything to say following them.
Okay, so Matt has no recommendations.
Okay.
4 in a row, and they were all good. We could end there.
Okay, well, I'm going to recommend something I've been binging this week called the Vinland Saga. It came out a couple years ago. It's on Amazon Prime. It's 24 episodes. It's basically kind of a Viking anime, but it has a lot of historical references and truths in it between the war between the Danes and the English. And it's such a hardcore fighting anime, but soulful at the same time.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Really good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out. It sounds like a short binge.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it. I never knew where it was streaming. So Amazon Prime.
I'm on episode 10 so far.
Oh, and one quick plug for Invincible on Amazon Prime.
I did see that.
I've heard that's good. Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
Word. Well, my recommendations in the anime world are: if you have Netflix, check out The Way of the House Husband. It's out.
Oh, that's out.
It came out.
It's very silly. It's definitely more of a comedy thing. Within a 20-minute segment, within a 20-minute episode, there's 10 short segments. So I feel like this was something that they probably put in an animation block to kind of fill in time.
Okay.
That being said, it's a lot of fun. Very, very silly. I think for me particularly, if you know me, I'm a huge fan of the Yakuza series.
Mm-hmm.
So in a weird way, this is a mix of what would be the natural storyline progression for Kiryu if he was it's pretty much the same concept as
Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, Sakamoto Days. Pretty much he's a guy who's a badass Yakuza, a top boss, quits and just becomes a house husband, and he's using all of his intense somebody is a door-to-door knife salesman, and they're trying to sell him a knife, and he's oh, that's a knife? Well, the knife is to be judged by this, and he's it's all scary he's a Yakuza guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that he's cooking a meal, and then afterwards the guy tastes the meal that he cooked. The salesman, he's eating it, he's crying, being taken back to his childhood, and he's I'm a businessman. Why am I eating a full-blown meal right now? And he's just these knives are good, it carries your heart. And then it was just that was the bit. So it's just him doing these.
And the salesman's gone.
Okay, that might be another one to get Maria into.
He goes back about his business. It's completely wholesome. Every time someone tries to fight, one of his guys boss, where have you been? And he's just shut the fuck up. Also he shut the fuck up. Does this whole thing with him. Has this whole interaction, and at the end he's excuse me, can you please punch my rewards card? It's just very silly. But I enjoy it.
That's great. I'm gonna watch that.
So I recommend that if you just like want to get stoned and watch something stupid for a short period of time. I recommend that. And then non-anime, and just as like I got Peacock Premium because of WrestleMania. I'm using my week-long free trial. And you know,
you watched the Real World?
No. I actually blew this off because of what it is, but I have friends that wrote for it, and I actually sat down and watched the new Saved by the Bell.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's good. It's so.
Is it?
It is actually, yeah.
Okay.
I watched like the first 10 minutes of the first episode, and I was
gonna
like,
throw you off. That's gonna throw you off. The first 10 minutes, they spend that first 10 minutes of literally just trying to like, oh, you watched the old Saved by the Bell. We're gonna literally recreate this, like bad acting, bad story plots, bad everything. And then the storyline is like a school gets shut down in like a less well-to-do neighborhood, and they move them into the school, so it's like reverse gentrification, if you will.
Oh,
and the whole story is like
all the new kids are like, I do not understand these kids' bullshit.
They're dope as fuck too. Like they're all dope as fuck. And like there's the moment where like Zach Morris's kid, Mac Morris, is like doing the shitty Zach Morris thing, and like the lead, she just stops and she does the Zach Morris hold up and talk to the audience thing. Like I like freaked out. I told Laura, I was like, hey, someone has to have this. Like someone has to have this ability. And when she stopped and did that, like a lot of the people in the show are people that I've seen from other kind of like newer school, young people, like solid movies. Like I thought Moxie was really good. Like a couple of the people that were in Moxie were in that. There's like a generation of like young actors that are like, they're young actors, but they're doing better than young actors of our time. I remember. So.
Yeah, I can only see the first 2 episodes, but I was like, this is actually really good. I was impressed. And I was in the same exact thing you're saying is like, yeah, they do like a huge switch. It feels like a whole different show, like the first 7 minutes. And then just like, oh my God, this is actually what the show's about. Yeah. And it's so great.
Okay. Apparently I just got to give it a chance.
Yeah. That's on Paramount?
It's on Peacock. And it's cool because like when watching it, I'm like, you know, the people that I do know that are involved with it, I'm very much like, this is very much their voice, and I'm very happy that they're getting a chance to do this. And
right? Yeah.
I was not thinking
I need to watch it.
Like,
I need to watch it.
I don't want to give any spoilers because there's like a lot of things that after you watch it, it's like, oh, this is kind of obvious, but like,
yeah,
there was one particular scene where AC Slater is like the football coach and he's trying to recruit someone, and he's having like this conversation like he would in the 90s. Yeah, and then like it kind of like breaks down the past, and the kid's like, yeah, whatever the fuck, like have a real conversation, and they get to that point, and then the kid goes, well, I guess we can't call you like a white savior complex or anything because you're Mexican, and he's like, thank you, someone said, no one ever says that.
Yeah, that scene,
I jumped off of the couch and laughed. Like I jumped off of the couch and laughed. It was great.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite parts of that episode. That was incredible.
Okay, this is more for Dev and Z. Do you attribute the writing on shows that your friends are on to your friends specifically?
I don't attribute it to them specifically, but I can tell that if I call them a friend, that means I know their sense of humor well enough to be able to tell that this is their joke.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's like they did the whole thing or not, I can tell that like this
was their idea.
The way like this thing, I've had conversations with them about this, and them making a point to get this as a plot point. I know that it's them.
Yeah, and just like the way a writer's room works, you could tell even if they didn't write the joke, they might have like punched it up. They might have been like, yeah, that's really funny. What if this thing happened afterwards?
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. Like even if you don't write something, like your vibe is always in it because you're in the room together making it up.
And at the same time, I feel like I can kind of tell if a person I know is the one who took a lead on an episode. Like if this whole episode is kind of their vibe with other people's stuff versus another person's story with their
punch-ups.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Now, whether or not that's true or not, that's all bullshit.
I don't care. Like that's what I was asking y'all. Because like for the people that I do know that are working and writing, I just attribute everything to them. And like everything comes out sounding like that.
It's a little bit more of a I don't want to say group mind kind of thing, but
I know it is.
It's a little bit more of like a potluck situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get a Thanksgiving plate, you're going to get a bunch of different things on it, but you know, the meal is everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think it's a good thing to say it's like a potluck more than like a one thing. Cause it's like, you know what, this makes sense that like, you know, this is a traditional potluck. Everyone's doing barbecue, but someone brought egg rolls. That don't make no sense, but you know what? Those egg rolls was fucking hitting. Like
egg rolls fire.
Actually, egg rolls with ribs sounds good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying though. It's like at a potluck you you get to have more than just one kind of thing.
Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. You know you want to try it.
But anyway, this was the recommendation, so that means we're wrapping it up before another series of questions.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
my recommendation is ribs.
Jesus
Christ. That's it. It's just ribs.
You gotta recommend ribs.
That's it.
On an anime podcast?
Smoked or baked?
Racism.
Oh Lord! All right, so listen, we've been the Melanated Anime Club. We've been going on for way too long today. Thank you, Deb, for jumping in with us last minute. We may or may not be doing a WrestleMania stream. We may or may not. Keep an eye on the Facebook group. We will not be putting that on YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, on top of everything, this world is getting crazy. Everything is kind of getting the tail end of this like pandemic thing. Everyone's starting to get their vaccines. They're getting comfortable going out. Things are opening. And that's cool. It's up to you to kind of figure out what you're comfortable doing and what you're not willing to do. And that's kind of on you. I personally do not feel comfortable doing certain things that are available, but find the things you are comfortable doing. And my advice, my recommendation on a personal level this week is if you can find a way to enjoy things that you've been scared of for the last year, make sure you go through yourself, make sure you check that you're okay with it and that you're safe, but give yourself permission to enjoy your life again, man. Like,
do it in the safest way possible.
Because like I myself, like I have my birthday coming up. This is my second birthday in quarantine. I was planning on doing a smoke out again, but because of this, people are starting to travel. People are like, hey, my theater's about to open back up. I got to go do stuff. And just generally the people that signed up, it wasn't a lot of people signing up or interested in the first place as compared to last year. The people that did have backed out. I'm going to call it. I'm going to pull it. There's no smoke out. That being said, Laura's told me to pack my bag for 3 days because she's going to plan something for my birthday. I don't know what's going on or anything. Giving myself permission to enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Like one of the things I've always wanted to do since I moved out to LA was to go to a dinner at the Cannabis Supper Club. High-end diner. They make cannabis-infused foods. It's always either been full, I've been broke, or not been available. So I've never been able to do it at the same time. Everything kind of came together. There was a chance to do it on May 1st or May 2nd to buy to get a seat at the dinner. They had it set where you can only buy 2 tickets, and I think they broke that open so you could buy one. Laura is like, I eat one dish, I'm gonna pass out. This is not worth it for me. But for me, I wanted to do it, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. And I'm like scared as hell about going to dine in somewhere. I'm nervous as fuck about all of this, but you know what? I'll be fully vaxxed by then. I will. Trust that people are, and I'm going to let myself. I gave myself permission to treat myself and to give myself this gift of going a 8-course chop style battle 420 menu thing.
Chop style?
Yeah, it's two chefs that have one chopped, 4 courses each. They're cooking for us. We're eating and we're judging.
Wow,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And
I sent Wes a link to one that's local. And I don't know if I'd do it. Because it's tasting, and like yours sounds like an adventure.
Yeah.
Wait, when's your birthday?
My birthday's on 420.
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's always the reaction.
So that's what I'm saying is, long story short, forget about me. Find out what you're comfortable doing that you haven't been able to do in a while. You don't have to full on go to a rave. You don't have to kiss all your friends in the mouth.
Don't do that.
You don't have to do anything like that. But if it's going out and playing a game of one-on-one basketball, you've been afraid to go to the basketball court.
Maybe invite a friend or two over, that is fully vaxxed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, dinner parties. Like, have a friend that you like. What do they enjoy? Go get you some.
Call me.
Yo.
That's my mom. She wants me to give her a call. So great. What's up, Mom? Good to see you. Cool. But that's what I'm saying is give yourself permission to just enjoy something you may not have done. I know that it's really easy to be scared of a lot of things, and we should not have our guards fully down. But surely there's something that you can kind of open up and do and give yourself permission to enjoy. All right. Well, we've been the Melanated Anime Club. We'll be here again next week. We won't have a One Piece. We may have
much Nahero.
All right. Well,
My Hero Academia.
All right. 15 minutes later, after the first time we tried to end the show, it is time for us to end the show. Matt, you got anything else to say?
No.
Perfect.
Baka mitai kodomo nano ne Yume o orotte kizu tsuite Uso ga heta na kuse ni Waraenai egao o miseta I love you ろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで